Thank you, viewers and listeners. Welcome to Air TV Africa. Today, on trending issue on education, we are still on that same topic. We're on the series, Student Living Couples Life on Campus. I remain Faboya Bidemi Abifab, your host. Today, I have two pretty ladies with me here on the studio. I have on my left,
Alabi Peace Anyako. From Edo State, Akoko Edo precisely. A graduate of Lagos State Polytechnic, Ikorodu campus. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Peace, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Now, by my right, can I meet you?
Damiola Shoteju. I'm a graduate of Taishala University of Education.
I will start with Peace. The topic, student living campus life on campus. Please, can you tell us what you understand by that topic? What do you understand by student living campus life on campus?
Student living couples life on campus.
Yes.
Is basically a term for student cohabitation, where a girl and a guy tend to stay together based on reasons that I feel should be best known to them, because there are different scenarios that warrant such cohabitation to occur. So I believe that student living couples life is relating towards them trying to manage themselves and other reasons that can follow. So that is my best definition to that effect.
Cohabiting.
Yes.
Cohabit. Okay. I come to Damilola. Damilola, can you please explain to us what you understand by student living couples life on campus?
Student living couples life on campus is a very big issues between themselves.
Okay.
So, like, in my own understanding, like, is a situation whereby a lady and a guy live in the same apartment or hostel. In my own opinion, I think they have their reasons of being staying together, and they know the fact that they aren't married, and they are actually performing the duties of a married man and woman without being legally married. Thank you.
Yeah, Damilola said living together, cohabiting, and living like husband and wife while they are maybe teenagers or young men and young women, not legally married. Now I want to come to you, Peace.
Yes, sir.
Student living couples life at the campus. Do you have a scenario you want to give us? Did you practice it, or you have somebody who practices it around you?
It's a common practice in school environment.
Common practice.
Yes, so I may not necessarily need to experience it to have seen scenarios like that happen. And personally for me, I can't really say I practiced a couple kind of cohabitation, but I had a male roommate.
Okay.
Yes, so it can look like that, you understand, but I would say based on the confinement of the environment and the two persons that are involved in it that actually know what they are doing. So in other scenarios, yes, a lot of persons basically practice actual couple life in school environment. So about other persons' experiences, yes. And most of the advantage of that effect is that it saves cost. It saves cost. You know, the cost of paying rentage for two different apartments. So instead of having the girl stay in one apartment or the guy stay in another apartment, you just decide that, okay, fine, we pay for one and then we stay in that one. So it saves a lot of cost. And then it can also build a form of bond for them as well, make them closer to each other. You know, they get to understand this person's better, know what this person likes, how this person reacts, how this person does this and that. So it creates a bond for them as well. And then finances too. You know, when you're staying alone, you tend to spend more. So when you're staying together, your spending is in a way reduced, because if I'm to cook food now that will serve only me, for instance, I can actually convert it to serve 2 persons, and it saves a lot of market cost and all that. So it's more like reducing a form of income as well. Like, okay, we're having 1,000 naira come in, let's see the way we can sort the 1,000 naira together and see the way we can manage it together, you know. But if I'm staying on my own, for instance, I can use the amount, yes, the way I want to. It's there's no two ways about it. I really do not owe anybody any explanation. So that is what it builds. And so it also builds friendship too. You know, it builds friendship too among the person.
You did not practice couples life on campus?
Not necessarily, but I had a roommate. Okay,
now the roommate, you never had intimacy with him?
No, never.
Okay, it's like a stranger. Is it a stranger or a friend? I don't want to use the word boyfriend or lover, a friend per se.
Yes, a friend.
Is your friend?
Yes.
You comfortable stay in a room with him?
Sure.
He cannot misbehave?
No.
You show trust to that extent?
Yes, I do.
But others in the hostel, others in the school, how do you look at both of you? Do they see you? Do they understand your point of view?
No.
They don't understand your point of view. They don't understand. They see you as couples. Also,
yes, most persons. Just few friends that are actually close to us.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, that actually knew that there was nothing going on between the both of us. But outside, you know, classmates wise, school wise, they just see it as these persons are together, they're in a relationship and all that. Yes, that kind of pattern.
Thank you.
Yes.
I will come to Damilola. Damilola, while you were in school, did you practice couples life?
No, I never practiced couples life at all. I don't have any experience about it.
Okay.
But I have a female roommate. I have no experience on it at all.
Okay, you also have the same experience she has now. You have a female roommate. A female roommate, so not a male. Yes. Okay, but you've seen friends who have a male roommate, hostel mate, roommate in the hostel. Yes. You have them around. Yes. Give us little experience, what you notice about them.
Actually, what I notice about them is the advantage is too much. What I see, the mistakes they are doing is too much.
Are you talking about advantage or disadvantage?
No, the mistake, their mistakes.
That's the disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay.
The disadvantage, the mistakes is too much because they really depend their life on it so very much that they forgot their assignments in school.
Okay.
They actually, yes, they forgot it. And the experience I noticed those people that are doing the couples life in school. Number one, in my hostel, they're always having arguments. I don't know, they don't understand themselves, but they're always having
arguments.
Exactly.
How do you fight?
They do fight.
They do fight?
Yes.
You mean couples do fight in the campus?
Of course.
They fight at home?
Seriously. I don't know, actually, I don't know, but we do hear some voices like, we brought a lady, clinical, stuff like that. Okay, you talk to a guy, you give her a number, stuff like that, all those kind of things it actually hurts them. It actually hurts them. And I feel like all these things they're doing is not necessary at all. Okay, what you are sent to do in school, you totally forgot everything. They don't focus on their relationship, on their growth. They forgot that this thing will actually eventually backfire. So they didn't even actually give themselves the attention of what brought them to school. You are just focusing on the relationship. You are not even focusing on what you came to do at all. And it is every being giving out poor performances, like for you. So I actually used to give her advice on it, that though I don't know, maybe because due to I don't have experience about it. So to my own experience that I'm always giving, to my own advice I'm always giving her. So I don't know if she actually used to take part of it, or sometimes she might not even want to
listen
to me at times.
Or be angry.
Exactly. So I'm always like, okay, this is what I have to tell you, this is what you have to do, and if you don't do it, then it's up to you. So that's
Thank
it.
you, thank you, darling. Now I come to you, Peace. Yours, there's no string attached, but those that have this who lives campus life, you see, did you one way or the other jealous of them? These people are into relationship. They are campus. Me, my own, na figurehead. We don't. It's not. We live like strangers. Do you? For once, do you ever jealous?
Not really. No.
Not really.
No.
Not really.
There is no, except someone that really do not know what they came to do in school.
Yeah.
I don't really see such practice as a practice to be jealous about.
Okay.
It's unhealthy.
It's unhealthy. Okay.
It's illegal. It's just not right. So yes, it has its advantages, and of course it also has its disadvantages. But I know for a surety that its disadvantages are actually more than the advantages.
Okay. Peace. Do you, when you were in school, you are not a baby. Do you have a boyfriend that this your what do you call it? Roommate. Yes, let me use your roommate now. Is jealous about?
No.
He's not jealous. So you play an okay attitude.
He was in a relationship.
Okay. And you are aware.
I was in a relationship.
And you also in a relationship.
Yes.
He was in a relationship.
Yes, he was.
You also in a relationship.
Yes, I was.
And you knew about his.
Of course.
And he knows about yours.
Definitely.
But your guy is not aware that you are cohabiting with somebody.
Very much aware.
Very much aware.
Yes.
And your guy is also in your school, or
no,
he's not in your school.
No.
And now, okay, his own girl also is aware.
Yes, aware. Yes.
And there was no conflict.
No. Well,
how do you manage that? If you say there's no conflict.
Okay, now the thing is, I did not just leave my house to go and rent an apartment with a guy. Okay, so personally for me, there was a reason behind that effect. I was actually having accommodation issue. So I was squatting with about 2 girls. But it was not really a big apartment to accommodate 3 persons. So I had to look for an alternative. And the option was either to go back home and forfeit school. That was actually the issue. Yes, that was the conclusion.
What you are facing.
So I was discussing with a female classmate when this guy overheard the conversation. I was like, there's no issue. You can come stay with me pending when you get your own apartment. So he was more like a help to my accommodation.
No,
not at all. He was just someone that wanted to help. So I had to leave where I was staying and then go stay with him. So we were more like roommates. I was basically older than him. Yeah, so I cannot really be in a relationship with someone I'm older than. So not to talk of have anything intimate with.
Okay, that's narrow. Well, I will tell you that age does not matter in
no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
If you're older than him, it does not matter. But for how long does it take you to stay together?
It took us the whole of my ND.
That is 2 years?
Yes, for 2 years.
You were together for 2 years?
Yes, we were.
And it was very peaceful?
It was. We did have our shortcomings. Of course, there will be disagreement. There's no way you will disagree. Okay, but it's not, I don't know how to put it. There was no relationship connection as per he's my boyfriend and I'm his girlfriend. So we never really had those couples quarrel. You know, what we had was just friendship quarrel, because that's what I would tag it as. Friendship quarrel. Probably maybe he did not get to wash the dishes, before he left the house, or he did not do some certain things, or I did not do some certain things. And he was a really accommodating person. He's one person that I owe in IST, because even to date we are still very close friends. Though his wife currently has given birth and he's already a family man. So yes, but we still keep the friendship. He made life in school really comfortable and easy for me, so I cannot deny that fact. But yes, we did have our little arguments and quarrel, and we were also classmates too. So most of our quarrels were school related. Why have you not done your assignment? Why are you sleeping? Why are you not reading? So those were our arguments.
Please, let me ask you.
Please do.
if you have the opportunity,
Yes.
these guys don't marry, would you like to marry him?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
What I'm asking you is that this relationship on campus,
Yeah.
couples like we're talking about,
Yes.
majority, I might not be able to give you the statistics, don't lead to marriage. Majority leads to marriage. Then after the school, how do they cope? I'm not talking about yours, I'm talking about the real one that you saw. Yours school, hostel mate, there is a demarcation. This one that are free bond. You understand? How many do you notice your that leads to marriage?
Not at all.
Not at all. My God.
Not at all. Honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I would say 1%.
1%.
Yes, I think
so
that's actually
it does not really want it. If not,
see, it's just that the truth is, this cohabitation thing, it has more advantage on the girl than the guy, because the guy tends to take care of her bills, pays everything for her, make sure she's okay, and since most of the females, their mentality is just okay, let me just do this school thing and get to here and leave. So outside the school environment, they are now faced with life itself.
Forgetting that part.
Yes, now this is life challenge facing you. This is no longer go to class, don't receive lecture, let's go and write tests and exam. No, this is now life. It's either you are working to survive or you're not working at all. What are you going to be doing to keep yourself up? Are you still going to be dependent on this young man?
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Thank you, viewers. I'll be right back after the break. Yeah, welcome back, viewers and listeners. This serious and interesting. Now, Danny, when you were in school, what is the rate, the percentage of this student living couples life that leads to marriage? What is the percentage? Do you see them getting married? Maybe after some few times, they say, oh, Taye wed Kendi, today wed Danny wed Shola. Do you see it happening?
I would say it is out of 100%. Let me rate it like this. Out of 100%, I would say 10% of it actually leads to marriage.
So it's very low.
Yes, very, very low. So the one I was saying, that I have a friend that has that practice couples life in school in my hostel. Actually, it is even a great surprise that it actually end up getting married.
You mean these guys?
Exactly.
These fighters?
Yes.
Serious?
I was so amazed that really you guys end up getting married. At least right now they already gave birth to a kid, just one. Yes, and I know about one an auntie that actually look up to in school. So like it was the supportive, like the way the relationship goes about the auntie that I look up to in school. Like her husband really supported her into her business, everything, to the extent that they got married eventually, and right now they already gave birth and they already married. They got married.
You say some people after this scenario still get married, even the one you know about?
Yes.
Apart from fighting on campus, abusing themselves, collecting phone number from a stranger, who is that person, who is that guy, they still get married.
Exactly.
That's surprising.
They get married.
They got married.
It's
Wow. Now, when you were in school, did you join or practice campus fellowship?
Though I'm a Muslim,
Yeah.
and I didn't join myself in any part of group. Just only that I go and pray mostly sometimes, not every day, but sometimes I pray. Then every Sundays go to Muslim Aslatu.
Okay.
Muslim
So you did that in school.
Yes.
Now, why I'm asking that question is that the fellowship, your Muslim fellowship, are they aware of these things? What do they do to curtail, to encourage, or to stop this? Do they? But since you know you are not fully you didn't fully practice. So, but what's your experience with this fellowship campus? Do they really look into this student practicing this? Do they support or they go against it?
They go against it.
They do go against it?
Yes, they do go against it. Like, why will a student be living couple's life in school? They go against it totally. And I don't know if they actually give fellowship about it, if they actually talk on it, about this couple's life in school. But how I'm just saying part of my own experience, what I've seen, what I've had in relationship that has crashed and that has not crashed. But in Muslim, in our Asalatu, they didn't give any advices, but I know they will go against it because there's no practice none of them in the fellowship in Asalatu are doing it. None of them are doing it. So
are you sure? They might be doing it secretly.
They might be doing it secretly, which we don't know. But in my afa, he never said anything on that at all.
Thank you, Dami. Now move to peace. Peace of God. Peace. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
You were a Christian in the campus.
Yes, I am.
You belong to a fellowship.
Not really, but a church, yes.
A church.
Yes.
Now, because I know fellowship runs president, the church runs a pastor.
Sure.
The church you belong to, are they aware of these things? Do they preach against it? Do they go to the stuff to them? Is there anything like that to discourage or encourage?
Yes. Actually, I attend the Redeemed Christian Church of God.
Okay.
They do kick against it.
Preach against it.
They do. They really do. And sometimes they hold seminars to such effect, conferences and programs regarding stuff like that. Because, church at home setting is basically different from the one at school setting.
Sure.
So they tend to hold programs based on school settings.
Yeah.
So whatever is happening around the environment of school, they talk about it. They hold seminars on it, they give advices on it. Sometimes we even go on more like an evangelism program where we talk to young students too as well, undergraduates, even those that are about to leave, how they should face life after school and all of that. So yes, my church did speak against stuff like that.
There's a scenario somebody gave us. One of the federal universities in Southwest. He said, the president of a fellowship impregnated a lady and becomes
a very
situation that other fellowship and other authority came to shut down that fellowship. That level, it has gone so bad where the president who's supposed to speak now cannot speak or speak and was doing something else.
Okay.
You understand? That's a scenario that somebody gave us for this one of our program. But yours is a church. You attend a church, not a fellowship. With this kind of scenario, do you advise students in school to go to attend church instead of school fellowship? Because like the student is also the leader of the fellowship. You understand? They too are young and might be young in faith than a pastor. So what do you see? So that we can compare the effect of both.
Well, like I earlier said, church for home setting is different from church from school settings. And yes, fellowship will tell you they are basically more of the youths.
Okay.
But church comprises of both the old, the young, and children, and what have you. So whether a pastor or a president, there's one thing they have in common: they are humans. And every individual has their shortcomings. Every individual has their weak and strong points. So I cannot say because a president impregnated a girl, so automatically I should now stop attending a fellowship. No. That is that person's mistake. It's that person's error. So that person should fix it right with God.
Okay.
You understand me? While every other activities can go on, shutting down the fellowship was not really a good idea. Okay. You can only call the person, talk to the person, help the person, pray with the person, teach the person's right. Everybody can make mistakes. Everyone is bound to make errors. So that should not be a reason why the fellowship should be shut down or people should no longer attend fellowship. A lot of persons are comfortable in fellowship setting than actual church scenario. Yes.
Thank you. Peace. Now, Daniel, comes to you while I'm almost rounding up this section. Now, the people practicing this, do you notice if the parents are aware or the parents support tell them to live a couples life in campus? Is the parent aware?
I would say, number one, the one I know, their parents are not aware. Yes, their parents are not aware, and that is why they are always into conflict every time. And there are some elders that are supposed to give them advices on how they should behave. But with the fact that their parents are not aware, so they have nobody to even advise them. About the one I told you about, that I said there's one auntie I look up to in school that actually they ended up marrying each other. Those ones, they are aware. Their parents are very, very aware. I don't know, maybe due to the fact that they are mature because they are way older.
Okay.
The two of them, they are way older, and I believe that they are all those ones that are set to get married to each other. So I feel like if you are having this kind of couples, if you're having this kind of relationship in school, like your parents should be more aware in it, so it won't lead you to the other side of life, of which you won't like. You know, when you're not getting the advice of what you are not expecting, it actually brings you down. You actually do something that it is not even worth it at all, and that's why it brings a lot of mistakes. Okay. So I feel like you need elders should know about it. You know, and there are some youths whereby they won't even allow their parents to know at all, and that is because what they came to do in school is different from what they are doing in school. So, and there's no parent as a youth, and there's no parent that is going to allow encourage them to engage in such life in school, because I'll be like, I sent you to go and do this, you went to do another thing, and it will eventually lead them to somewhere bad. And that's why you see some of them having STDs, unwanted pregnancies, and all that. So
welcome back. Peace.
Sir.
Now to you, the parent involvement.
Okay.
We know at times when parents are broke and you call them, I need to pay my hostel fee, my landlord is stopping, or the school authorities say they will send me out, and you were unable to give the money. And finally they found out that my son, my daughter has moved and cohabiting with somebody.
Okay.
Do you have the experience, or what is your experience on that?
Actually, personally for me, I did not really come from a rich background.
Okay.
Okay.
But you go to school?
No, not really. I took it upon myself that I want to go to school.
Oh, that's nice.
And I went with the notion that anyhow I'm going to survive, I'll survive it. You know, that's kind of drive.
So, no parent was involved?
So, nothing like that. And my parents were actually separated.
Okay.
So my dad wasn't really living with us, and I only had my mom that I was staying with back then.
Okay.
So I told her that I don't want to school in Edo State. Like I want to go to somewhere far. So I went to Delta State.
Okay.
Based on the fact that I've actually took JAM exams, had the admission, but I was having issues with admission fee.
Okay.
But a friend that came to visit one time, a girl, told me that at Delta State Polytechnic Ozoro, they don't really accept acceptance fee.
Okay.
You can pay just your school fees, even if it's second semester.
Oh, that's nice.
So that was the drive that pushed me, and I went to it. So, but I had accommodation issue, like I earlier said, and then this guy chose to help. Yes, while I was at Ozoro, this guy chose to help. Now, my mom, being the parents that was available when I was leaving for school, was aware that a guy was accommodating me. Okay. Now the guy's parents too were also aware that a girl was staying with their son, but that was where the issue was.
Then
yes, so the boys' parents were not really okay with it, so they had to drive all the way from Wari to meet me in Uzoro and force me out of their son's house.
Check.
Yes, so that was my experience. Yes, no, they didn't beat me. Not like just leave our son, we don't want our son to impregnate any girl. You know how parents can be. So they
You
were
don't want
not
to let their
really-
wife.
Yes.
You want their wife.
And
You
another
want to
thing,
bring
I
them to
think
your
it's
parents.
also against their church too.
Okay.
Yes, for a guy and a girl to stay together. So they were hell bent on stopping such occurrence from happening.
Yeah.
But my mom wasn't really having any issue with it because obviously she couldn't really do anything about it. Yeah. So even after the experience with the guy's parents, the boys still, based on the fact that he understood my
Your
situation,
condition.
had to still try. So I moved my things away from his place to a female's hostel, while I would just come there to sleep, go over to the female's hostel, pick my clothes, so that was how
That
it
friendship
was.
bond is still there.
It's still there. So the parents' intervention and all did not really affect the friendship and all that. But I believe that as parents, we should be able to care for our children's life as far as education is concerned, because as parents they are basically the caregivers. Yeah, so they should be able to take up a child to a certain level before the child can now decide, I want to be on my own, or I want to stay, stuff like that. So yes, I can't really, some parents do not really appreciate the idea. Some parents do not have a choice, but some parents do not even care. So that's just it.
Now, on the final note, Peace.
Yes.
I want you to give advice to a young lady, a young guy watching you, and even parents. People can still learn from you. You've given us two scenarios about your personal life. Your parents were not together. You want to go to school. You want to make it. You want Peace name, brother. You want Peace Nigeria Limited. Peace this, Peace Petroleum or something. So give advice. Let's get.
Well, personally, I'm a very ambitious person.
Oh, good.
I love to achieve whatever goal I plan. So yes, my advice to young girls or young guys out there is they should just take the bull by the horn. Be disciplined enough and achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve, regardless of the situation around you. Try as much as possible to think, to pray, seek advice where you can, and make sure that you plan your life to achieving goals that will be beneficial to you as a person and also to your society at large. It's one thing that I know I tell a lot of persons, that you should try as much as possible to set your life right in sight of God and even in sight of society. So you have to make sure you plan, determine yourself, discipline yourself to achieve those plans, and then make a good way out of it. So that's just it. Thank you, sir.
Ajami, so you're running up. What kind of advice you want to give to a young student coming to the campus, and also parents and those who are practicing this thing? So just give a few advice before we go.
My advice to the young ones out there is that they should be more focused on their life, because this time around you just have to be determined of what you want to do. Don't let anybody to distract you from what you want to become in life. And to those that are engaging in such practices, you should use your sense, because it damage a lot of people. So use your sense, know what you want in terms of couple's life and the way you satisfy yourself in the relationship. That's my advice for them.
Thank you, viewers. We come to the end of today's show, Trending Issue on Education. And we have the topic, student living couples life on campus. And I have Peace, and I have Dami, who also have shared their experience while on campus, but today they are graduates. And share personal experience, share co-hostel mate in the campus experience. And they also give the advice. These topics are very interesting one, and we're still going to continue on this topic. Well, bring other guests to you. I remain Fabuya Bifa. You can watch us on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/AirTVAfrica. www.youtube.com/AirTVAfrica. All the programs are there. The interesting ones are there. The ones that make you to laugh are there, and the ones that make you to be serious are there. You watch on our program. We also comment on this thing. We expect your comment to roll in. Thank you, and bye for now.